Okay, welcome to this brief tutorial that will show you how to create graphs to insert into your balancing act report for Year 8 PDHPE. Now we're going to create our graphs using Google Sheets. The first thing you need to do is go into your Google Drive, which you have access to through your classmate account. That's the symbol for Google Drive. Click on that and it will bring you to your Google Drive like so. The next thing you want to do is go up to New and go down to Google Sheets and open up a Google Sheet. Now you can give your spreadsheet a title and you can write in there Balancing Act Graphs. I've created one a little bit earlier. This is what it looks like. So the first thing you need to do is simply insert your data into some columns like so. So in column A you can see that I've put my 5 food groups plus extra foods. And I've also inserted the amount of serves that I've had per food group. So you select one day in your food diary and then you enter that information after you've calculated the amount of serves into your Google Sheet. So once you've done that, it's as simple as highlighting the data like so. Click up to Insert, scroll down to Chart, and it gives you this option to select a chart. Now because we require you to use a pie chart, you're going to click on pie chart for yours, and you can see there that we've got a pie chart that has some percentages in there. You can see the food groups are clearly labelled down the side, but there's still some information that we need to add to it, including a title, and we'd like you to change the labels for each sector of the graph. So you can see we've selected the correct chart. We go over to customize and we can change the chart title. So your chart title might be based on, so the graph might be based on Wednesday's eating habits. So you'll type in Wednesday eating habits, and then everything else seems pretty good. You can change your fonts if you like, but it's probably best to leave it as is. Scroll down to slice, and then as opposed to a percentage, we prefer a value in there because we want to compare to the guidelines. So we need a value. So we want to put the amount of serves in each sector. So click on value. And then once that's complete, it looks quite good to me. It's got a title, it has a key or a legend, and it has the sectors clearly labelled with a value. Click Insert. And this can then be copied up there by clicking on that little arrow. So up on that little arrow, copy, and of course if you go back to your Google Drive you can open up a new Google Doc, which might be the basis of your report. So you can write your report in Google Docs, Balancing Act Report, okay, and then paste your graph in there like so, and you can then move it around, make it larger, smaller, etc. as you write your report. Now of course we need you to do a column graph as well for your physical activity, so we'll go back into our chart. You can see that I've already inserted some data for physical activity. And you can scroll down here. You can see I've set it out. We've got days of the week in column A, Monday through to Sunday. I've got the incidental physical activity. That is the physical activity that you do as part of your everyday activity, which is not planned, so walking around the school grounds in between lessons. We've got our planned physical activity, which are those specific exercise activities that you plan. And of course we've got vigorous activity, which is physical activity that's intense, it makes you huff and puff, it gets the blood going. So all you need to do is list your days of the week, and then across here label 3 columns, incidental, planned and vigorous, and then enter the data directly from your physical activity diary. Again, you highlight the data and you go up to Insert, Insert Chart again, and of course we ask you to present a column graph. Now you can see you've got a couple of options here. You've got a column that is a bar chart which runs horizontally, but we want you to insert a column chart, so we want you to click on that. You can see we've got 3 columns per day, which is exactly what we need to do. And you can see up here we've got our key for the different types of physical activity in there, clearly labelled. Days of the week down here. This here is minutes, this vertical axis, and we've also got a chart title we need to add. So again, we go into Customize, we add our chart title, weekly physical activity, our legend. Now we need to add some other labels. So with our horizontal axis, you can see it's selected there in axis, and we need to add days of the week. You can see it add in there. Now we can also make it bold if we want, which makes it stand out, which I think is a good idea. If we go back up here to axis and we select left vertical, we want to add minutes, of course. And that's added nicely. And of course, once that's done, we can go up to Insert. And again, that's completed. It looks fine to me. Weekly physical activity, days of the week down below, physical activity types clearly labelled, vertical axis labelled, horizontal axis labelled. Go up here to the little arrow, copy chart, up to our report. You can see our pie chart is still there. Paste it. And there we go. There's our two graphs ready to go. Now, obviously, you're going to have to write your report as well, so you would move these around and write your report. And that is how you insert graphs into your report for your Balancing Act report. Thank you very much. Any questions, please see your teachers.